Hey there, it's Poppy. Yeah, oh look, I've just been really inspired to speak more about some of the later experiences, things I'm discovering, things that are liberating, the power of the heart, the absolutely miraculous power of the heart, while so many of us are still here, living and breathing today against great odds. And when we breathe into our heart, it is possible to access our soul. So we are connected to ourselves and therefore connected to Source, and what we observe informs us without causing a reaction, because love is fearless, and with Source there are possibilities that we are guided to. It's like this, it's like the still place. It's our minds that were programmed to keep us looping around in our trauma, demanding answers and sometimes even revenge. The mind got hacked, compartmentalised, programmed and splintered into alters or personalities that could be used through handlers and controllers. In my heart, I feel peace with perpetrators and where the trauma came from, mostly. And if I don't, then I know what to do. But it's feeling pretty as clear as it can be for now, just one thing at a time. My mind is reassured from my heart that natural justice or correction is happening, and that it's personally not up to me. I don't make it happen, but I certainly hold the highest intentions for it. Like a lot of people will want to use criminal law courts, but I have no interest in them. Because they're not a place of natural justice for me, but from my heart and in nature, in the organic way, natural justice does happen, and I am really confident that it is happening. The density of emotions can be surpassed with observation through our hearts, and at present some of the heaviest and densest things have had us captives are surfacing. So, it takes a lot of courage. And it would be all too easy to be swamped by an emotional barrage if we are judging it all from our minds. That would actually be our downfall to judge it. Would be beating ourselves up, literally. So staying in the heart, it's through our heart and connection to be true love and truth. And we can observe without fear. We can get to the truth of our being directly. So, at the moment, more pain, more lashing out, and more violence and hostility can happen in the absence of heart knowing, trust and connection with the true self, especially as all is being called up to the surface and cleansed at this time. So the light that we receive in nature holds the information that is fueling this evolutionary leap within many. So, the light is in all states of water. It comes through the sun. Water holds the light of consciousness, according to Veda Austin's research in water and Dr. Emoto. So we share consciousness and connection with one another as well. It's actually amazingly miraculous. I'm just quite wowed by what I'm discovering. It's very liberating. But we are all infused in the waters, and perhaps that is what Rumi meant way back when he said, you are not a drop in the ocean, you are an entire ocean in a drop. Yeah. when we start to realise that, oh my, that changes everything. We may be experiencing injuries, pain and experiences that actually are part of a great purging of all our former identities that have been locked into lower frequency states that we have been familiar with for our whole lives. Partly, I don't want to have any labels. I'm not going to hold on to this story. Once it's through. I'm going to be moving on and co-creating and having learned. But the heart is extremely wise in the place where life may open to new possibilities, especially as the densest things are observed and responded to with love. Here, time and space no longer has a hold on us. In the now presence of the heart, we traverse dimensions that are unbound by the limits of time and space, that have had us bound in beliefs of conditionality, competition, and opposition. The love of Source is infinite and absolutely unconditional. We learn, great. We discover this love in our hearts, and sometimes get to see how powerful, beautiful, and incredible we really are. That's when we really tap into the truth of our soul. Our old realities are breaking down, and we're becoming free of what has bound us and kept us looping around and suffering. What has formerly bound us is being denied to access us when we no longer entertain it and give it focus. So yeah, for me it's just like I'm finding now I want to focus on how I move forward, how I co-create. What is this like quantum science behind it is amazing. Like we're really discovering this, and like I've meditated a lot with Mother Earth and with Source and in my heart, and it's coming through me, directly through me, and this is and it's like the languages kind of almost like quantum science. It's like when the Earth explains something, it's sometimes I see it like in the science, and she gives this incredible wisdom and knowledge about light and all kinds, and I love it when I access it purely for myself. That's when it's really I can really change my belief structure that way. So we continue to evolve as we live from our hearts, and may choose to devolve by being plugged into artificial forms of intelligence that are ever so keen to choose for us. These artificial forms of intelligence also hold the consciousness of those that surrendered themselves to it. So like a lot of famous people, a lot of people that have wanted power, that have status, that have been really taking and greedy. They part of that was that they surrendered their consciousness into a machine, and basically the machine runs them now. So they're run through an artificial intelligence. So accessing that artificial intelligence instead of the heart is accessing that kind of knowledge that's still based on deception, division, and competition. Like only the heart is pure and love and true, and love and truth are absent in artificial intelligence and politics and institutions, so many of them. So it's either our heart that will guide us with intuition and internal knowing, or external seeking and conforming to what is artificially generated and what has kept us from ourselves in the first place. It's sad to see people drawn to the flirtation of artificial intelligence. It is extraterrestrial technology, and it is designed to extract energy from all who align with it. It is part of big agendas. Things are going to go two ways, and they're best to really just go into the heart. And of course it's our choice, and look, I have seen the visions of what happens to the people that do go into the machine. It was very soft and gentle. It's almost like they become like greys. That's what I've seen. But the choice is simple, but not necessarily too easy to discover. It's love, ultimately love for ourselves, of the fractal of Source that we are, with the potential and power of co-creating and contributing with Source or not. It's like, here we are, we've taken this experience, and here we are, the most amazing fractals of Source. So like to actually really love that, to really know that, to focus on that and be that, oh my gosh, it's good for everyone and everything. Yeah, so I encourage it. And I know that it's certainly not been easy to arrive here for myself. I know many people have got here before me, and there's other people coming along as well, but together we can help each other and lift each other up. As we drop all these old ways, we will move into higher frequency states that bring peace, love, joy, and freedom, even as we are addressing tortuous experiences. And just with that, I had very powerful dreams last night. I think it was like lucid dreaming. I don't dream much, so it was a highly unusual night for me, and it's just like I was dreaming all night. I was working like this was actually happening. So the first of all is that a friend of mine had taken an amazing photo of a being in the sky. It was like a rainbow dragon, and it was conquering something. And at first I thought it was conquering Baphomet, but then last night in the dreaming it said no, it conquered Lucifer. Now, I had already heard that Lucifer had, the being, the entity, had been conquered through Kimberly Gogan, but I know it now with certainty because I've seen it through myself, but I also know that the remnant is still in the artificial intelligence, and so, best we keep away from it. But the other thing that I dreamed of, I dreamed of, well, it was actually like I was out actually there, but I was totally in my breath, I was totally in my body. And I saw a little boy, and he was about 7 or 8, and I saw the situation. The situation was that he was very distressed and having kind of violent outbursts and not knowing how to handle memories that were flooding into his consciousness of, terrible torture, things that I've experienced as well. And the parents didn't know what to do, and it was like he was lying there, and I just lifted his hand onto his heart, and then I put my hand over his hand, so not to be invasive, just to touch it so he could feel. And then I got him to breathe into his hand and breathe into his heart. And I was coaching him, and I was coaching him like I used to do in retreat centre. I was coaching him and telling him, this is you, this is the real you, this is your soul, and it knows, and you can look at your memories and you'll be okay, and your heart will give you the guidance, you'll get through. And I was encouraging him, and in the dream he actually did it, and he went into a very still place within himself, and he was able to look and able to see and start to get the knowledge and the wisdom that he needed. And oh my gosh, it's really powerful. Like I really feel this through and through. Yeah. And as the return of our consciousness with Source grows, as it is happening through many and with Mother Earth as well, the density of what we are birthing out of is presenting itself for healing. So, it can feel perilous, it can feel dangerous. It's but our heart holds the still place. Our heart holds the trust. Our heart holds that knowing. And as we heal, we gain more of ourselves back to ourselves with clarity that is necessary to guide us through a rapidly changing world that is disintegrating through us. We are actually doing it. It's with the people. It's with us. We're the ones that are causing this change through consciousness. So well done, all of you who reclaimed your consciousness and are bringing it back. I mean, consciousness is infinite, so this is it's not like a place you arrive at. It's an ongoing thing. It's evolutionary. Yeah. So we will be guided to build and co-create a new earth where all our experiences are integrated and bring balance and harmony. We will be living through the clear sensing of our soul essence. It's our core self, aware and receptive to the communication of our physical vessel and environments and one another, because our bodies hold the memory. They've got so much water through all of us, and it holds the memory. Our cells hold the memory, and we can break through. So instead of being subjected to disease, decay, and aging, the knowing of ourselves will create, rejuvenate, and activate us to live as love without limitations, restrictions, and conditions we were programmed to believe. We are remembering. Our answers are coming with trust and patience. This is an epic journey. The wonder of life and the awesomeness of thriving and living organically and naturally will wow us, and it will continue to grow in connection with other like-hearted beings. This is the essence of life. This is the beauty. I welcome it. I embrace this. We are dropping a lot of density. Things will become freer, lighter, more joyful and playful, and things will still collapse and change around us. There's going to be all kinds of stuff going on. Our hearts will miraculously guide us through it all. So keep loving yourself, and from your overflow, we shall love many. And I should say that for myself. I will keep loving myself. From my overflow, I will love many. I got so depleted. I didn't know how to love myself. I've had to be isolated to find myself, to know myself, to not be outside of myself, to truly come into myself. Now I'm building myself. And I feel like the dream that I had last night with the little boy, I feel like I was giving out of an overflow of love. And I am grateful that it is coming onwards and upwards. We are rising with our beautiful planet. So much love to you all.